Hey, what's up, guys? This is Strange Construction here. Welcome back to another episode for you guys in store today. This will be the most unusual episode that I've ever made. So I was messing around Broadcastify, right? And I was trying to get some old recordings of what I sounded like on the railroad, and I happened to find not just a few things, but almost everything. And when I mean everything, I mean everything dating back to February 2nd, 2022, when I was still with Norfolk Southern. And I was able to get my signals log, and I was able to get my old bulletins to confirm that all these voices that I've been hearing was actually me, and confirmed it was me. So what we're going to do is we're going to listen back to some of the old recordings of me on Norfolk Southern. And like I said, this is the first time I've ever heard myself. I mean, I've heard myself a few times, but this is the first time I'm like really hearing myself on the railroad, what I actually sound like when I'm calling signals, when I talk to the dispatch, when I'm getting all the information that I need. So let me go ahead and grab my book here. I got my bulletins that I've always kept. Word of advice: keep every evidence you have. They could be a learning curve for you. They could be helpful resources. You know, God forbid you're a part of some investigation, you have everything with you, so that way you know exactly what you had on your train, when you departed, all your notes, your constant reports, your bulletins, etc., all in your books, as well as a signal log of every time you would hit a certain signal point. So without further ado, let's begin. So we're going to go from north to south. This should be train 21102. Departing out of Fardo, and we're just going to go down the line to see what we can hear. We were on duty at 10:25. Huh? Oh no, sorry. Our time on duty 10:25 a.m. and our 12-hour limit is 10:25 p.m., which I don't think we were anywhere near that. So 4 pages worth. We arrived at Montview at 6 o'clock, and we left Fardo, departed that signal at 11:09 a.m. So let's give it a listen. I'm excited. I'm nervous. I'm excited. Make sure this is turned all the way up. Actually, we'll turn it down. Let's do. There we go. Whew, here we go. Alright, that's dispatch toning up. That's some answering. Repeat it, bro. I screw that one up.
Hagerstown answer over. 211, go ahead, over. Alright, let's get signal indication Vardo heading south. That's correct. Good job.
Oh my god. That's me, alright. Oh man, did I really sound like that on the radio? Oh my god. Oh my god, that was funny. So basically what was going on is I was giving the dispatch a briefing, letting them know the outbound crew, which was me, is on duty, and we're ready to go down south when he could take us, and then that's him giving us a signal indication. So, hang on, I gotta process that. Oh my god. That's so funny. Alright, so I'll give you a rundown of what I was doing, right? Like I said, I was giving the dispatch a briefing, right? First thing we did was we toned up the dispatch. He answered. He wanted to know who's calling him. Identified as NS211. He said, "All right, I'm listening." Pretty much. He said, "Go ahead." And so I told him that we got the NS4369 as our lead engine. You always want to confirm your lead engine with the dispatch when you're doing, when you're pretty much making a move of some sort. Whether you're departing a yard, whether you are trying to make a reverse move on the main line, whether you're trying to get a signal in fleet. What I mean by getting a signal fleet means getting a signal and able to reverse in that signal and keep the signal lit. etc. So that engine identifies with your train. So we are the NS21102. So our train should only have the 4369 unless we make a move with the engines. Meaning, if we're going to swap the engines, we're going to add an engine, take away an engine, etc. And so I let them know that. Let them know our train our train clearance number. You gotta have that, which means you have a bulletin, an active bulletin with your information on it, with your crew information on it. It's your bulletin details of what's happening on your line, as well as your consist report as well. Your consist report will be under your train clearance as well. But everything that you need to know about your train besides your consist will come up on what's called your train sheet summary report, or your train bulletin, as everybody refers it to. And then I was confirming that our train's clearance number, which you heard, was 6314. We have 26 items, which means we have different items that identify what's happening on our division, our district, our line, our route, etc. So our route was from Hagerstown to Lynchburg. So everything in that 255 miles, which is exactly 255 miles, we need to know what's going on at every track, every signal, every milepost, if there's any speed restrictions, and this bulletin will identify that. So there's 26 items that identifies what's going on, mainly auxiliary tracks, and then we have one main message. So your main message is your mandatory directive, meaning that's something, I mean, of course you have to pay attention to everything, but that's something that you really need to be keen to. And that mandatory directive on that day was that on the B line between the B50.9er, which that should be Riverton Junction. Matter of fact, that is Riverton Junction. Going west at the B62, which that should be Staunton, Virginia. Tracks are out of service as the diamond got taken out, so that would make sense. And then of course you got that, and then that was our one message, and then the other stuff is our right-of-way conditions, which will be part of your items as well. I let them know that we, the outbound crew, are on board, ready to go on this lead engine with this train clearance, and we're ready to go south because that's the direction we're going. And he said, okay, signal location at Vardo, which will be the first signal that our train, as the outbound crew, will knock down. So let's give it a listen. We should be calling Vardo here in a second.
Hagerstown, answer, over.
Yep, there's Vardo. It's 5.3. It's 5.3 again. Oh. So I want to let you know now that if you look at the bottom here, for notes, it says archives for this feed may have dead air removed by the system. So dead air means there's nothing playing, there's nobody transmitting, nobody receiving anything like that. It's just dead sound. It's just no sound. So it cuts that out and puts the only thing to put in is pretty much the audio itself. By the way, we're using Broadcastify. We're using the feed archives. I do have a premium subscription that I just signed up for, just so I can hear stuff like this. $30 for, I think, 180 days, which in my opinion is worth it because I get to listen to myself. I get to also take notes on how I say things, what I say, the situations I get involved in. About 90% of it will be on the radio because I'm either talking to somebody, whether it's the dispatch, my engineer, train master, another crew, etc. So listening to myself on the radio will actually help me for the future when I get back on the railroad, and I plan on being back on a Class 1 railroad here very shortly. I can't say what, can't say details yet. It'll come in a special surprise if everything lines up perfectly. And again, that will come, hopefully I'll have a decision after this Thursday, which should be the 2nd. It's officially the 1st of February now, so yes, so after Thursday, 9:30 a.m., after that, I should hear news, and I'll let you guys know. So yeah, then along the way, we'll be calling signals, etc., and then we're going down the feeds all the way down Lynchburg, based on time. In my signals log, I wrote down what signal I passed, what time I passed it, what my signal aspect was, and then my comments, what track we were on, etc., you know, if I saw something, or, you know, if I want to make a note of something. So let's continue.
NS211, quick signal 11.1 south.
There's 11.1.
NS211, quick signal 14.3 south. Norfolk Southern, Milepost 14.4, no defects. Norfolk Southern, milepost 14.4, no defects.
And that is the 14.4 detector on the Norfolk Southern H line. That is the Antietam defect detector. So you're going to be called the signal at 14.3. That defect detector at 14.4. And then we'll go through Shepherdstown, Morgan. I always make fun of that name. My sister's name is Morgan, so I just say Morgan because my family, who's from New England, they have that New England accent, and I love it when they say my sister's name. So I just something I imitate. So let's continue.
NS211, clear signal Shepherdstown, south on Main out.
Shepherdstown.
NS211, clear signal Morgan, south on Main out.
I said Morgan. I always say Morgan when I hit that signal. That's the first time I heard myself say Morgan at that signal. I always say Morgan.
NS211, clear signal 20.3, south out.
23. And shit, this should be
NS211, clear signal Shenandoah Junction, south on Main out.
Shenandoah Junction. Yep. That was Daniels. That was Charlestown. Okay, so we'll go to the next one. We'll go to the Hagerstown District North End. So this is around, according to the feed's description for what I saw, this is the H line around between Front Royal and Berryville. So we'll give this a go. We are there as a 12:15, 11:45, 12:15. So let's do 11:52. That should be set up. So we'll autoplay that.
Hey, just need to confirm your lead engine over. 182 north, alright, thanks, over.
I think that was me. .5. No, 35.5. There's Oddly, and then next is Berryville. Yep, there's Berryville. Next is
NS211, clear signal 42.9, south out. Okay. 37. Charge. Brake coming up. Knocking off. NS211, clear signal 45.9, south out. Norfolk Southern, milepost 45.0, no defects.
And that's Boyce, Virginia.
Norfolk Southern, milepost 45.0, no defects. NS211, first virgin 48.5, south out.
I already gotta turn that up. I can barely hear. That's so funny. This is the first time I'm hearing like legit recordings of me, and just hearing my voice on the radio like that. It's exciting. Makes me nervous. It brings me back memories and brings me back PTSD from the railroad. But overall, I enjoyed my time on the railroad. I loved what I did in Norfolk Southern. The road trains, especially, were so much fun. Getting to ride, if you get the best crew, which I had the best. I have one of the best crews on the railroad, and we just had a blast the entire way. So, I mean, I sound very cheerful on the railroad because I was very cheerful on the railroad, especially on this particular train. I'm not going to list their names due to privacy and security, but I can tell you that the crew I was with, and I have their names right here, I'm laughing, and it's it's astonishing. It was actually a great trip that we had going down there. So, man, that was a fun time, and we only stopped one time. That was only at that Cody. I think it was the only time we stopped, right? Yeah, that's the only time we stopped was really at Cody. So, which is off the B line. If you don't know where Cody is, which is off the Norfolk Southern B line. Which Cody, that is at milepost. it's like 43. So it's like 43 miles away from Manassas, Virginia. So where you at Manassas from the B line, which is east-west route, you go down to Manassas, you go to CP Powell, and then you go down the Washington District all the way south, starting there, and it's a straight shot all the way to Lynchburg, and then about I think it's what was it? I think it's Kingswood is where he hit the Danville, or no, MacGyver is where he hit the Danville district. Kingswood is when we switched the radio channel. So let's continue. And as 211 divergent clear, oddly, or no, what was it? Approach divergent. And as 211 approach divergent 48.5 south out. I think it. Oh, okay, do it again.
Divergent clear, Marsh Road.
Oh no.
And as 211 approach divergent 48.5 south out.
And as 211. Fuck. That's a tongue twister now. I used to say that fast back then. I actually had a few conductors and engineers told me to slow it down. Coming from the airlines, we were used to speaking really fast on the radio, especially when we're talking to air traffic control. When I was a brake rider, which means I would tow, reposition aircraft, and I'll be in the cockpit talking to the pilots, or I'll be in the pushback, or not the pilots, the air traffic control tower, and then I'll be in the pushback talking to the tower as well, and then talking back and forth to everybody. So I'm used to saying the radio fast, coming from the airlines, which is where like 3 years of my experience after high school came from, and then I was with NS for about 6 months, and the reason why I left NS, for those of you who do not know, is I had a family emergency, and I was going through a very hard time, and I needed to get out of Virginia, and so I moved back to the Midwest, which is where I found out I belong, kind of. So, now that I live in Kansas City, I'm in a much happier place. There's so many opportunities around, especially for the railroad, because you got 5 Class 1s, and then you got so many short lines and Class 2s out here as well. And it's just a joy. There's so much open land out here. There's so many opportunities. There's so many things to do. So many trains, and so much rail fanning action out here. It's just incredible to do. So let's continue. Alright, so let me explain what that portion is, right? So I told people at VIP, which is the Virginia Inland Port, which is a small intermodal, it's a small 5-track intermodal facility at Front Royal. It's around Front Royal, pretty much. I think it is Front Royal, actually. So there's another local crew that was taking care of all there's about 3 or 4 industries on that main track between Success and Ashby. And so we were letting them know that, hey, we're coming by. So the term we use is called hot rail. So I said to the VIP, because I don't know what train that is. I think that was train K84, I think it was. I think it was K84. It said in the recording, I wasn't paying attention to that. Yeah, so, I know there's people there. I let them know, hey, you got a hot rail coming. Letting them like, hey, we're coming by. If you're on my side of the track, move. We're coming. I said, all right, come on by. We're in the clear. Meaning he's not fouling our track. The term fouling means interfering, blocking, crossing, or touching our track at all. It's our track. We're on the siding track going around these guys, which they are on the main line. So that's what the term hot rail is. It means the track is live. It's hot. There's a train coming right now. Move it. Pretty much. Or get out of our way. Or take notice that we're coming by. So, if we pass by, hopefully we don't spook you, which, we shouldn't, because you should always be aware of your surroundings on the railroad 24/7, 365 for your full 12 hours and more anytime you're around train tracks. And this goes for all the people out there, too, who live near train tracks, who walk, cross, drive, ride over train tracks. Expect trains to move at any time. Technology is not always the greatest. There have been incidences like a few where, like sometimes the railroad crossings are broken, they malfunction. Shit does happen out there. Not everything is full weatherproof at the time, so water can seep in to to the electrical and all that, and it can circuit if there's a flood, if maybe a tree knocked it down or the power's out. Like shit happens out there. So you can't always rely on technology. And that goes for everywhere. Like I can't always rely on Siri on my phone to send a text message. Right? She can say everything I said for her to send to whoever. Maybe I'm saying a message to my girlfriend. I tell Siri to, hey, send a message, I love you. And then Siri changes something else, and then she sends a message without, responding. Or, technology does happen. You can't rely on it all the time. Always have a backup plan. So anyways, let's continue.
And that's Hagerstein answering over. 89 Hagerstein. 89 over.
89 Kane.
We'd like to get that signal north of Success and chase this 211 down to South Ashby. Alright, we'll do signal indication there over. Alright, appreciate it. He's going to be 227 there at Cody, and then he'll be coming around the corner to do his work.
That's why I was talking to Cody, because we were meeting the 227.
Alright, 211 looking good with marker.
Why did my voice change there? It sounded like my voice got deeper. I know it's 211. That's all happy, cheerful, past K89. I know it's 211, divergent clear, success. Or, not success, Ashby. Divergent clear, Ashby, coming off the side of Yoke. So basically what happened was K89, as soon as we passed, he was watching our train for, he was inspecting our train, making sure there were no handbrakes on, nothing was sticking out, make sure nothing was dragging, everything was where it's supposed to be, and that our marker is, or our EOT device is still intact and flashing, or at least on. And then he let us know that he didn't see anything. He said, look good with the marker, you got a safe one south, over. And then I told him, you guys look good as well, stay safe out there, bye. Yeah, basically. And then he was going around us to go around the train that he put on the main line, so basically he's taking the sign right behind us. And then the dispatch told him that the K89 that, hey, 227 is coming here shortly, because my train, the 211, is going to meet him at control point Cody on the B line. Approach Cody.
Hagerstown, K89 over. 89 all stop south of Asheville. K89 is 9831, first bus stop location at Ashby, main 1 to main 1, northbound direction over. K89, 9831, we do have permission by the northbound stop signal at Ashby, main 1 to main 1, looking out for our cars. That's correct. I appreciate it. 89 stop signal Ashby, permission back on the rules. We got a 13R, 12R right behind us.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and stop there and explain that process. So K89, he's got permission to go by the stop signal at where is he at? Ashby. So he has permission to pass by the stop signal at Ashby, and he needs to be on the lookout for his own cars. So basically, what he did was he left his cars on the main track so the engine could go around on the siding. So he'll go up to Success, go around the cars on the siding, basically where we were. So he's following us, and then once he got to Ashby, he's going to have the stop signal if he's coming back north, because he goes down south first, right? So he goes north to Success, runs around, he takes the crossover at Success and goes down to Ashby, right? Once he gets back on to Ashby, he's going to stop, and then he's going to go north back on the main track to couple up to his cars. And because the cars are right there in the same block, it's going to display a stop signal. So he has permission by the dispatch, according to the rules, to go through the stop signal, right? After he comes to a complete stop, which he declared that he did. We are stopped here at Ashby, and we need to go back to get our cars. And that's where the dispatch said you have permission by the stop signal. You have permission by the northbound stop signal at Ashby, looking out for your own cars, right? And that's what the engineer, or I'm pretty sure that was the engineer, repeated and told his conductor that he was good to go. I think that was the end of that feed. So let's go ahead and find, let's see, 1252 North End. Oh, I have two North Ends on here. I don't know, I'll screw something up. That's supposed to be North End. Fairfax. Not Fairfax. Where is it? Is it Gainesville? Loudon? No, it's not Loudon. Oh shoot. Was it Clark? North End. No, it's gotta be Fauquier County. Fauquier County. Yes, there it is. Archives. Oh, you son of a gun. Man. It ain't gonna work. Hold up. See if we can do it this way. Yeah, I hear myself. Shut up. U.S. Virginia. Fauquier County. Beeline. Archives. Alright, well, I guess we ain't listed the Beeline. So let's go to Manassas then. So we'll go Manassas. This was February 2nd. What time to go through Manassas? Let's start listening to Manassas around. Let's see. When are we at PAL? At 2:30. So let's go 2:30. Let's go 1:45. 8 minutes? That's a lot. Hello? Loud! Okay, 2:15. Where were we at 2:15? At the 13.4. So at 2:18, we had the at 2:20 with the 10.2 detector. So which should be actually this is okay. Let's go to the next one then. So that's what 2:15. You shut up. All right, 2:14. There we go.
Attention is NS4369. Correct, over.
That's right. That's the NS4369. Over.
Thank you. Dispatch route.
It sounds like smoke on water. PTC. Is that PTC? PTC.
What was the number again?
4. What were we at? 2:44. 2:44.
Go ahead, K90.
K90.
What was the district in Montrose?
So it sounded like K90 was having PTC problems that day. I think, you know what? I do recall.
Well, I don't see what you're showing that stop fence.
I do recall the PTC calling us.
NS take the 10. Dispatcher calling on W Mitchell. Next train will be there at about.
So the stop in the field when it changed to clear, PTC didn't change with it?
Yeah. 2:45 to be nice. Dispatch now. Awesome. Dispatch now.
Any kind of prompting, however, did it change?
NS take the 10. Dispatcher calling on W the next train.
Alright, so did that call come up before the signal in the field cleared or after?
Roundabout heads up, over.
And I copy that. Make sure you echoed him.
Alright, thank you. This is Metro.
Alright, I copy that. I'll make it ready if it gives you any trouble, just let us know.
12 on approach versus success, side north.
Stuff? Huh? Do we?
Road phone today is Q36, so. Norfolk Southern, milepost 31.6, track 1, no defects. Norfolk Southern, milepost 31.6, track 1, no defects.
I think that's K90 going through our VRE train.
25, no defects, match post more, south 1.
Very 25, no defects, and that's first one. Let me top out.
VRE 325 is who it was. As if K9's operating, VRE's operating. Because K9
Road phone dash Q36, so. Right 25, and that's Cruz, Manage Yard, High Rail 1 South. Norfolk Southern, milepost 10.2, defect.
There we are.
Norfolk Southern, milepost 10.2, defect.
And that's 211, clear signal on Gainesville, east on the main out.
There we go. There we are, Gainesville.
25, approach power south 1 still.
I was there. We passed that 221.
25, got 8, straight to the south. You can see if it's up there. Top man, let me top out.
We should be calling Wellington in a minute. So I'll go and give you the rundown. For 211, we were almost 5,000 tons. We're 4,000.
And that's 211, clear signal on Wellington, east on the main out.
Yep, there's Wellington. Yep, so we are 4,998 tons, so 5,000 tons. We are 7,206 feet. We had 296 axles and 74.
You already 25, restricted south Manassas, beautiful.
K9 clear, south on 2.
K90. Damn it, FBI, stop listening to my combos. Damn FBI.
And that's 211, clear signal 3.0 east out.
3.0. Next is Powell. Powell. How we say it? I forgot how I said Powell. Let's see what I say. Now I will say, if this is true, on the railroad, you will develop a southern accent, especially on the radio, and you will cuss a lot, because that the dispatch answer tone came up at the right time. But in all seriousness...
Okay, down advanced approach, bull run south on 2.
You know who that conductor was.
That's 211, clear signal, POW, coming off the B line, south, number 2 track.
Going off the B line, south number 2 track. Let's listen to that again. 6. 55.
11, clear signal, POW, coming off the B line, south, number 2 track.
I really don't have a southern accent as much. I was like very straightforward. I guess I know how to use the radio. Or maybe don't know how to use one well because I don't have a southern accent like everybody else does on the railroad.
And that's Hagerstown dispatch, over.
She sounds depressed.
Moody, over. And that's Hagerstown dispatch, over.
Oh.
Norfolk Southern, milepost 31.6, track 2, no defects.
Actually, I think that was K90. Yeah, that was K90 because he had advanced.
Norfolk Southern, milepost 31.6, track 2, no defects.
K90, approach, more south on 2.
Yep, I know exactly who that is.
And 211, approach diversion, Bristow, south, number 2 track.
Yep, I know who that is on the K90. That's another great crew, another great engineer conductor. There's a lot of great people I was working with on NS, and I admire and I appreciate every one of them for or like just making the time that I was with the
And that's Hagerstown dispatch, over. Vaughn, over.
K90, diversion cleared, POW, south on 2.
Yep, K90 following right behind us. That's why. So he had advanced approach bull run, approach signal, and then as soon as we cleared, he had the divergent clear coming off from 2.
And 211, diversion cleared, Knoxville, south, 2 to main out.
Yep, divergent clear Knoxville, and then we'll hit the 39.4 detector at Knoxville. Yeah, like I said, I enjoy my time in Norfolk Southern. I mean, there's some moments there, but I really did enjoy being out there. I've always, always.
K90, clear, south and head, south.
I'll go and pause this for a second. One thing that could have been different is I wish I was able to move down to Lynchburg, because at Lynchburg it's nothing but the road trains. I love to travel. I don't mind being away from home. But I don't mind too long, if you know what I mean. Like, I don't want to be home, like, for weeks at a time, I don't mind for, like, a couple days, which is what you do on the railroad. You're gone for a day or 2, 3 sometimes, and then you come right home. But you may be called out again, but that's okay. Eventually I come home, but I'll have to go out again, which I personally don't mind, because, again, I love to travel. It keeps me occupied. It keeps me busy. It fascinates me, getting to be able to travel, and not only that, to be traveling by rail is amazing, because you can see all kinds of different scenes that you can't see from car. You can't see, sometimes you can't see from an airplane, and all the other stuff. So being able to travel across America by rail is a great treasure. And if you are thinking about joining the railroad and you're okay with being away from home and traveling a lot, you know, seeing seeing the country, you may have to wake up at funky times and you're on call a lot. But you know what? It's a call that I definitely enjoyed. There's some moments where, like, I was trying to go to sleep and I get called while I was trying to sleep and I'm gonna be up for another 12 hours. So the railroad does have its doubt, or not, it's got its moments to where you ask yourself, man, why the fuck am I doing this? Why did I decide to join the railroad? I'm tired, I'm fatigued, and all that. But at the end of the day, it is very rewarding doing amazing jobs that a lot of people can't do, especially at my age, since I just turned 23, and all the other stuff. So being able to do this is an honor, it's a privilege, and you make very good money with it. You have very good benefits with it. A lot of the people on the railroad that you meet are actually very good people to be with, to develop friendships with, etc. Just to have a great time. Like about 95% of my trips, I've had nothing but an amazing time, a very good learning experience, getting to meet different conductors, engineers, especially training, which I definitely had a lot of fun. There was a lot of information I had to learn. It was a lot of experiences that I got to be a part of, and it shapes me for who I am today and what I do and what I know that I can and know what I want to do as well. So, and the railroad is very rewarding for that as well. It's a childhood dream that did become a reality, and I continue to make it a part of my reality. Hence, that's why I work for a railroad right now. I'm a contractor at BNSF. I'm not doing conducting right now, but hopefully in the next week I'll get news of when I can do that. And again, you guys will be the first to know on that. So, enough yapping. Let's hear more people yap. Enough yapping, more yapping. I'm gonna get water. I'm still listening. I'm just getting water.
211, switch to 41, no, 1 southbound.
I sounded like a chipmunk. I spoke way too fast. Oh, and I'm wearing my BNSF shirt today. It's a funky cup. And that's the end of that feed. So let's go ahead. So there's really no feeds between Manassas to Lynchburg. So let's skip to Lynchburg. Let's see, what time do we arrive at Lynchburg? We hit Rivermont at 6 o'clock, I want to say. 6 o'clock? Yeah. No, we arrived at Montview at 6. So we'll say 5:30 to 6. So Lynchburg, 2nd, 5:30 p.m. to... Yeah, about right there.
I got 4 of them right here in North Yard 2 on the south end of North 2. Can you grab those?
Sounds like a lot of Montview chatter. Clear Rivermont. You live in Stop and Swap at the tower.
Norfolk Southern, milepost 170.46 northeast.
Rivermont detectors went over.
Fayetteville dispatcher, engine to upload. Con diesel over. 212, Danville red blast off Montview. Alright, here we go, signal location. Here we go.
212, ready to blast on Mountain.
Norfolk Southern,
Just get stopped by them. I think this was the night we saw a bunch of trespassers at Amtrak, so you might hear us trying to tone up the dispatch a lot because they just were not answering us at all, and we were trying to let them know about the trespassers, and we were trying to let 212 know about the trespassers as well. And our radios just went crap, so I'm surprised you can hear us the way you can now. So. Yeah. Yeah, see, that's me trying to tone them up. Yeah, that was us, because we're trying to get a hold of them. Yeah, so you can hear us trying to tone him up, but he's not toning back. So that was concerning to us. It's like, oh, shoot, we lost communication with our dispatch. We need to talk to him about these trespassers immediately. I actually yelled out the locomotive to tell him to get away because there's another train coming. So I forgot exactly what I said. Oh, yeah. I said, move it! Get out of here! I literally had to open up the door behind the engineer and scream at them to get off the tracks because they were just playing on the number 2 track. And yeah, it's kind of scary. It's because, when you get trespassers there, it's never good. Do not trespass on tracks. Do not even go near the tracks. Do not walk on the tracks. Don't walk by the tracks. If you're going to cross the tracks, you need to cross quickly and safely, and you need to cross at designated pedestrian zones. You will get creamed by a train if you're not paying attention around. I've seen it firsthand. I've seen it many hands. Don't want to see it again. I'm probably going to see it again. As a matter of fact, when I get back on the railroad, if I get back on the railroad, which hopefully I will here soon, I'm guaranteeing I'm going to hit people. I guarantee I'm going to hit cars. I'm going to, someone's going to die, and I'm going to be right behind I'm going to be right in the cab or right behind the throttle. So it's going to happen, and that's the fortunate part about the railroad that you got to get used to, But for those of you who want to go to the railroad, but that's been a major concern, let me be one of the first to tell you, because I'm probably not going to be the first to tell you, and I'm not going to be the last to tell you. If you hit and kill somebody on the railroad, if you hit a car, if you hit anything, as long as you're following the right procedure, if you see something wrong, hit that emergency brake immediately, But it's not a guaranteed thing that you won't stop in time. It's not a guaranteed thing. You're going to hit people out here. You're going to kill people out here. You're going to severely injure somebody out here. On the railroad, it's not a matter of how. It's a matter of when. How is about 9.7 out of 10 times. It's going to be at a railroad crossing or somewhere where somebody's not supposed to be. And just know that it's not your fault. Please understand that it is not your fault if someone dies because they were doing what they were not supposed to do, which is going around the crossing gates, walking on the tracks, trespassing. You have people who want you to end their life out there, And I've seen it firsthand where someone has committed suicide on one of our trains, and not from Norfolk Southern, but I was on a MARC train one time, and we're coming south of Bowie. I was looking through the cab car window with permission, and someone committed suicide right there at Bowie. Creamed them at 115 miles an hour. We had a MARC multi-level cab car, the new ones, and then we had a Charger just shoving us. And no, it was HHPA, excuse me. No, it was Kawasaki's. I'm sorry, it was bi-level Kawasaki's we were on, and we were doing about 115 around that curve with the Charger. 2 Chargers actually pushing. Sorry, HHPA. It don't matter. Anyways. Yeah, we creamed him. It was actually a lady. And, yeah, it sucked. But, at 115 mile an hour, what are you going to do? Sound the horn, hit the emergency brake, and hope to God they get out of the way or, they chicken out. And, yeah, again, unfortunately, it does happen out there. So, but you just got to be ready for that. And please understand it's not your fault. Just do everything you can, but there's only so much that everybody can do. So, just like a pilot, right? When a pilot's mechanical failure, there's only so much he can do to land the aircraft safely or get the passengers off as quickly and safely as possible. So, you know, there's shit out there that we always cannot prevent. So, but you can't, one thing that you can guarantee is your safety. You can always just make sure that you are safe and the people around you are safe, and you have all these tools, equipment, and this knowledge of training. You know, sometimes there's things that we are not trained for to do, and that's part of real life experience. You know, like in high school, you learn how to do reading, writing, history, math, you know, a little bit of PE. I was doing music. I was percussion ensemble, percussion captain, as well as a first officer in the drum line. So, you know, there's, you know, you take that for what you learn and you apply to real life, and, you know, or you go to a different school, or you go to college, right? I never went to college, but, you know, I learned everything in real life from my experiences. So, yeah, you know, everything from high school is not what's going to be like for the rest of your life in high school. Because the ones who are stuck in that high school mentality for the rest of their lives are the ones that do not want to learn, will not learn, and refuse to learn, and all the other stuff. So, yeah, that's the unfortunate part. So, continue on. And we finally got a tone up also. As we reporting.
You have two trespassers out there. You mind describing them for me? 211.
They're wearing white clothing. They're just roundabout.
Alright, one male, one female, white clothing, and file number 2. They're still in the file there, or they get out of the way for you?
We were on number 1, they were on number 2. They didn't even, they would seem like they were just walking right there, standing there. And there was a news truck there at Kemper Street, so I wasn't sure what was going on.
Alright, copy that. Danville 212, over.
We're on number 2. We'll go back to number 1 channel. We couldn't get a tone.
Alright, copy that, understood. I'll give 212 a heads up. Thanks a lot, I'll get it turned in.
Alright, sounds good. Thank you.
Hello, station, call 212, over.
212.
Mafia to 211. 8212, come down to milepost 172.5 and 172.6. Looking out there, I have a report of 2 trespassers, one female, one male, white clothing there. So come on looking out and I'll get that turned in.
172.5, 172.6, looking out.
Q.
211 Mafia.
I'm sorry, say, what kind of supplies you need?
Just need ice.
Ice. Stop and swap at the tower. Permission on the wire. Point of courtesy.
There you go. So a lot happened there. So just being able to report that to your dispatch, what they do is they fill out a report. That was my engineer actually who let him know that we are on the number 2 track and they were fouling the number 1 track. Or sorry, we were on the number 1 track. They were on the number 2 track, going past the Amtrak's Kemper Street station. Down in Lynchburg, and he did report that it looked like a news crew. I personally didn't see the van when we were going. Actually, you know what? No, I did see the van, but it was all the way at the top of the station, so I didn't think nothing of it. Nor did my conductor, because he was the one that asked him about the news, where he seen the news crew. I didn't see them. I saw the van, but it was like all the way up top. I didn't think it was a news crew, but my engineer and my conductor, they live in Lynchburg. I don't. So what I was doing a reverse, reverse lodging. So instead of Lynchburg being my home terminal, Hagerstown being my way, I made Hagerstown my home terminal and my Lynchburg my way. So when I was in Lynchburg, I'd stay in the hotel, and when I go to Hagerstown, I'd go right home. Because going 3.5 hours to catch a train just to go up to a place that's only an hour and a half from you makes no sense. So, and that was it for that. And then that's when the dispatch let 212 know since he was leaving to look at the milepost that I gave him. because I was the one that I reported. I was the one that did the reporting, at least. So, and he would put in a report for the news crew and get NS police involved, and then let 212 know, hey, you got trespassers, watch out. And then that's when Montview called and wanted to double check what our supplies were. So when you come to a yard office, right, and you report to them like, hey, I'm coming in, 212, we're passing the Amtrak station now, coming in to Montview, for example, and he'll say, all right, coming in Montview, you told us that we're going to stop and swap at the tower, so at the yardmaster's tower. Is where we're going to do a crew change, so the outbound crew can take it down to Linwood, North Carolina, and then was asking about our supplies. So the supplies that we have for the railroad, for all these long haul roads, we have ice for the coolers to keep everything nice and cool, water, and crew packs. What's in a crew pack is just like a fork, spoon, napkin, toilet paper, hand sanitizer, napkins, like little amenity packs like you get on an airplane pretty much. But instead of being nice and comfy, it makes you, it takes care of your utilities and shit like that and all the other stuff. So that was the full ride and the full description of NS 211 from Hagerstown to Lynchburg, and we listened on the Shepherdstown feed, the Hagerstown North End feed, the B line, the Manassas. Well, we didn't listen to the B line, so it was just the Hagerstown North End, Manassas, and Lynchburg. Let's see if we can find another recording, and let's see if we can go backwards. I have the Potomac Valley out, just in case we can't hear anything. But since I discovered Shepherdstown, there's actually no need for that. So let's go ahead and listen. So let's go ahead and see if we can find something else. All right. What can we find? 779. Actually, yeah. Let's do 779 on the 3rd. Let's go and do that. Let's go back. February 3rd. We left Irving, which is Kenny, at 4:23, so we'll say 4 o'clock. So that's about right. It's only 4 minutes, so.
Norfolk Southern, milepost 18.0, no defects. Repeat, no defects. Norfolk
That was our
milepost
train coming around.
18.0, no defects. Repeat, no defects.
I'm going to stop right here and explain everything. So this was train 779. My first coal train. This was an unusual coal train because we got called Manassas when the crew and I were in Lynchburg. So that's when we called our crew call. We say, hey, we're in Lynchburg. Are we getting a deadhead up there? Are you going to change it? What's going on? Because it said we're going from Manassas to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Well, I wasn't qualified for Harrisburg. Well, back then I wasn't even qualified yet because I was still a conductor trainee. But I was not going to be qualified north of CP Town, which is the north end of Hagerstown, is where I was going to, which is going to be my limit going north. Now, you can qualify for other routes as well, so that, God forbid, you need to be extended. If you want to try to transfer, if you want to do anything like that, you already have that qualification that you would need on that route, on that division, and then you would have to take a test on the terrain, etc. So let me get my book here. And let's find train 779, which should be the next immediate train after 211 when I was going back home north. Let's see if we can find that. It should be in here. Aha, train 779. This was a train out of hell. Very much so. Alright. Here we go. Train 779 from Lynchburg to Hagerstown. Going on the Anvil District, etc. A mandatory directive. Moved. Train emergency received at 4:36. Alright. You guys ready for this? 4 loads. 199 empties. It was empty, so it was only 5,740 tons, so 5,740 tons. 11,076 feet. 796 axles, 199 brakes. Coming from Hyco, North Carolina to Shire Oaks, Pennsylvania. This was an empty coal train that was coming out. This is actually one of the first coal trains on the district in a few years, is what I was told. So we were on the first coal train in a while. It was actually a reroute. Something happened at Roanoke, I can't remember. So they rerouted our train. But yeah, that was the first coal train that the Washington district has seen in a long time, and the B line. So yeah, we were 199 empties. The four loads are the engines. We have 4 engines in the lead, 4 mid DPUs, and then 1 rear DPU. It was a double combine. Yeah, because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry, 7 engines. We had 2 in the front, 4 in the middle, and then 1 in the rear. So let me explain why this was a train out of hell, right? Everything was so. First of all, we had to depart out of Kenny because it was coming off of the Blue Ridge division, or the Blue Ridge district, which is the other main line from Norfolk Southern. And we get up to around Orange, and we got hit by the defect detector, right? I think I made a note here. Yeah, it was about, it was at Weyburn. We got hit by the 91.5 detector at Weyburn. We had dragging equipment at the axle 523, which happened to be a dump hose. So you have your airlines, right, which is for the brakes, and then you have your dump hose. So on coal trains, it's an extra airline. Connects the same way as your main airlines. It's another airline, but it's to, it's the type of coal cars we're using. We're called RDLs, rapid discharge loaders, right? And we had 5-bay coal hoppers, and when you put air through the dump hoses, it actually opens up the doors and lets the coal drop quick. So, unlike the Bethgons, where you put it in this huge machine in the building, and it literally shakes the car upside down, so all the coal dumps out, and then shakes it back. That's why on these on the Bethgons, they have those little rotary couplers, right? These are rapid discharge systems. So there's 5 bays, and you put air through the dump hoses, and it dumps the whole car. You can dump multiple cars as well. I think 2 to 3, or maybe 4 max, depending what facility you're at. Which again, I don't know. So, but that was our thing. So let's go ahead and take a listen.
Permission West leg only for the time being. 04 West leg only for the time being. How many cars you got coming back to me?
Just one in the cab.
One car. What's your car number on that one car?
81514.
Go ahead, over. You absolutely can.
Restoring. Over. We've located the problem, you say, over? Is the problem over? 13R. I'm showing cars 8 and 9. Is that right, over? And it was an air hose, over? Let me know if it restores, over.
Oh, that's right. 13R went to emergency.
Dispatcher 779, over.
779 answered, over.
Hey, can you guys get stopped at Dermot, over? No.
We can stop at Dermot.
Yeah, let's plan on stopping at Dermot. I'll let you know if we can go ahead north there.
Alright, Dan, stop at Dermot.
Let me know when you get stopped, over. Yeah, Bobby, dispatcher, over.
I need you to give it a long double check.
13R, did you see the 6439 bulletin, over? One more time, over. You have it, correct, over? Sorry, it's bleeding. One more time, over.
Bleeding.
Yes, you have it, over. That's right. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Dispatcher out.
19 Mobby. 19 Mobby.
Danville, dispatcher 779, over.
779 answered, over.
Bring it on down the river, want to see one, over.
Alright, bring on down to River Mount.
That's correct, thank you, dispatcher.
Yeah, so he was telling us to bring the train down to River Molly. We're going to see one. We're going to meet us southbound.
You can leave it running, please.
Freeway.
Which actually we're going to meet 212. Yeah, those gold trains are your lowest priority, so. And that's 4 minutes. So I wish there was the feed at the 91.5 to where we actually hit my first and only critical alarm, which is with that Dragon dump hose axle 523 on 779. But we cannot do that, unfortunately, because I cannot find it. So let's go ahead and actually, you know what? Let's give it a shot. I think we can. Hold on, not all. Hold on, let's see if we can do that. Maryland, U.S., Virginia. Orange. Nope. Hold on. Let's see. Let's use Google Maps. Let's see if we can find what county. What county is Orange, Virginia in? Of course it didn't. Orange County, Virginia. Okay. So, Orange County. Let's see. Fauquier, Culpeper, Orange, Louisa, Buckingham, Campbell. What's 19? 19 should be Lynchburg. Yeah, Amherst, Nelson, Orange, Louisa. Let's try Louisa County. It's my girlfriend's name, just not spelled right. Let's try Louisa. No. Oh, we can listen to the state boys. No. Albemarle. Charlottesville City. Appomattox? No. Let's find Charlottesville. Nope. 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 Oh, come on. 4, Charlottesville. Orange. Let's try Culpeper. Culpeper. Safety, sheriff, police. Nope. Alright, let's try Madison. How about Craig? How about no? Madison, right? Madison. Manassas, Madison. Nope. There's a Lynchburg. Ah. Nelson County? Oh, okay, I thought there was another feed. There is not. Okay, so we'll go right to Manassas. What time do we hit Manassas? Shut up, FBI. Prince William, not... There you go. Archive. February 3rd. Time to get to Manassas. We got through Manassas around... about 11:27 p.m. So 11:03, 11:33. Manassas is loud. Turn that down.
Hagerstown dispatcher, over.
I've got 3 step charge, over. Got 3 step 95 charge.
Hagerstown dispatcher, over.
K94 with the NS 7011. Requested permission to reverse on the siding between Gainesville and Wellington as needed. Over. Release.
K94 permission reverse is needed. Siding track between Gainesville, Wellington, over.
K94 understands you got permission with the 7011 to reverse as needed on the siding between Gainesville and Wellington. Thank you. We out.
Thank you, dispatcher.
Ahead 95. Ahead 95.
Believe it or not, you can make this decent.
Hagerstown dispatcher, over.
K95, Hagerstown.
95, over.
We're here with, I have 5 cars. We'll get that signal one more time. We'll be back behind it pretty quickly.
It's already went ahead and lit him up. Let me squeeze him by, over.
Oh, thank you.
What? Wait a minute. Wait. Got 2.
Squeeze him by, over.
Oh, thank you.
Was that a kid? Was that a kid or was that a...
K94, good C102. Conductor, you have 3 step applied. 7011, over. CC's got 3 step, K94, 7011.
I don't know who that is.
K94, drop the conductor, NCT 37011, flag 10, K94.
that beeping you hear was his HOT. It means he's
K94.
either receiving signal or losing signal from the EOT.
Stop it, K94. Into Martinburg for double check, K94.
I think, oh, it sounds like 779. I think we're coming.
Double the derail.
Don't try as a home, kids. Smoking is bad for you. I do it because it's good for me. Approach divergent.
Hi, good 100, K94.
41.0 coming in Nokesville.
Hi, K94, understand. That's the coupling coming to you 3, K94. Coupling, 3 feet, K94.
Actually, that's not the same engineer that I know for K94. Not the usual guy. Maybe he's on vacation. Who knows?
Extraction 94. K94, CT, you got 3 steps, 70110. Oh, nice.
Did you just say, oh, nice, after he got 3-step protection? wait, I gotta listen to that again. Wait a minute. 550. Did you just say that? No,
K94, CT, you got 3 steps, 70110. Oh, nice.
Oh, nice. I know who that is. Oh. I'm gonna pause it. Get 9711 CT, you got 3-step. Oh, nice. Ladies and gentlemen, that's not the right radio procedure, but that's funny as hell. You don't have to... Okay, let me explain something, alright? First of all, let me explain what 3-step protection is. For those of you who do not know... You drink. Okay, 3-step protection is when the engineer applies sufficient amount of pressure to the brakes and will make... Basically, what 3-step protection is to make sure the train is secured, so that way if you're going in between the train, the train's not going to move on you, right? So what the engineer is going to do, he's going to at least put a minimum of 10 pounds pressure on the air brakes. He's going to set the reverser to neutral, and he's also going to turn the generator field off. This ensures that the locomotive is not going to move anywhere. If the locomotives don't go anywhere, the cars won't go anywhere as well. Especially if the cars have 10 pounds of pressure, which means that every car has 10 pounds of pressure on the brakes, which means the train is going to be secured. So that's what 3-step protection is. So on Norfolk Southern, when you request 3-step protection, you need to identify who's requesting 3-step protection, to what engine, and to what train. For example, NSK90 with the NS7011 conductor train is requesting 3-step protection. The engineer will follow the procedure for 3-step protection by applying 10 pounds of pressure, minimum, set the reverser neutral, and turn the generator field off. And then the engineer will tell the conductor, all right, or trainee, whoever. I say, all right, NSK90, NS7011, you have three-step conductor, you have three-step protection, or conductor trainee, CT, CO, whatever. You have three-step protection, brakeman, and that shows you have full protection on the train. You don't have to respond to that because the engineer's just responding to your request, but I like to. I'll say, Roger, CT got three-step, right? As a sign that I acknowledge that there's three-step protection, At least let him know that you have three-step protection. That was funny. I want to listen to it one more time.
K94 CT, you got 3 steps, 7011. Oh, nice.
Oh, nice. I mean, that works too, but it's not proper radio procedure, but it's still funny as hell. I mean, he won't get in trouble for it, really. But still funny as hell. Alright, let's see where we are for the 779.
779.
There we go.
Norfolk Southern, milepost 39.4,
We are along.
Norfolk Southern, milepost 39.4,
I think I'm almost out.
Dropping CT3, 7011, K94. Go on ahead, over. 6K94. 5K94. That's a good thing, because you go with the original, we would have needed 6.
No, I understand what
Figure sound 779 over.
779 answering, over.
Just a heads up, you're going to have to do 228 at Allison, over.
Alright, that means 228 at Allison. Thank you.
Take it out.
so I was being responding to
94 left of the man. Left of the man, left of the siding, hopefully. Double check. Correct. Siding. Double check.
Yeah. He's learning. He was learning at the time. I know exactly who that was. So, I think he still works for Norfolk Southern.
NS779, clear signal, POW, coming off. 2-track going to the B-line now.
Coming off 2-track, going to the B-line. So that...
Alright, everything K94, ahead of it at the coupling. 8 coming to you, K94.
Head of the move at the couple, 8 to couple. I think he said 8 to couple.
Alright, K94.
5 cars. Autoplay the next one. As we go to
K94 CT, you got 3 steps, 70110.
the silence is supposed to be removed, but I guess not fully for the Manassas.
K94 dropping CT3, 7011102.
Yep, now we're on the beat.
Get that K94 CT, you got 3 steps, 7011. Copy. 37011102.
102. Alright, so let me explain this. So, what's a C102, right? That's what you saying, alright, C102. So, what's a C102? Well, Rule C102 on the NS Rule 1 handling book, what the NS1 book explains about how to handle locomotives, cars, rules for handling all that stuff, right? Brakes, etc. So when you're doing a C-102 for Norfolk Southern, what you're doing is you're doing a test on the handbrakes of the cars you're going to leave behind, right? So you're going to tie the handbrakes, 5 brakes that you need to tie minimum, and then what you're going to do is you're going to tell the engineer, all right, drop my 3-step protection as 7011 K94 for the CO, slack for 102. So what you're going to do is you're making sure that the handbrakes are going to hold on the cars you're leaving, right? So when you attach the engine to the cars will not roll anywhere. So it's a 1-minute test. So you want to make sure that the slack is right, as by doing this, right? So if you're going to leave the cars on a hill, right? You want to make sure, if you're going downhill, if the whole train's facing downhill, you want to make sure that the slack is bunched, right? Because if the engines are going to pull, or if the cars are going to go anywhere, right, they're going to be bunched up. So first thing you want to do is actually, not bunch, you want to stretch it. So if you're downhill, you want to stretch it out, right? Because if this is the car, this is the locomotive, right? You want to stretch the locomotive, you're going to stretch the slack between the locomotive and the couplers, right? So, because if you're going downhill and the cars are behind you, if the cars start rolling, start bunching up after you have released the brakes on the train, what you're doing is hoping that the cars are not going to bunch up. Because if they bunch up and you're going downhill after you have stretched the train, that means that you don't have enough handbrakes on and the car is too heavy, so you're going to have to tie more handbrakes, right? And then keep doing the test, right? Now, if you're going uphill, you want to make sure that the train is bunched, right? You want to make sure the locomotives are bunched up to the cars, because if the car's brakes are not working, they're going to stretch. If they stretch while you're doing a test, that means that you don't have enough handbrakes on the cars, tie more handbrakes to make sure the train's secure, etc. So that's what C-102 is. You're going to test the brakes for 1 minute after you got the slack right, and then if you have a good test, say, all right, K90, let's get C-102, and say, okay, get C-102. If it's not, ask for 3-step again, go back, tie more handbrakes, do the test again. Now, if you have a failed handbrake, right, you can only test the C-102, you can only test it so many times. If you keep testing, keep failing, either your train's really heavy and you keep tying less brakes than you need to, or handbrakes are not working, right? And that way, in that case, you call a dispatch, you call the car department, whoever you need to call, let trainmaster know, like, hey, I got this car, ABCD 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, or whatever, 1 2 3 4 5 6. And then, hey, the handbrake's not working on this car. We'll try to do C-102. It's not working, etc. That's what C-102 is. I did have a few questions. I got asked a few questions about that. That's what it means. And we'll go by Wellington. We'll go by K94.
Get that 1094 CT, you got 3 steps, 7011. Copy. K94, dropping conductor, train 37011, collection. You to enjoy the rain.
Was it?
I love it.
Oh, I enjoy the rain.
Last one.
It was raining that night hard.
K94. Stopping K94. Double check, I'll tell you riding. That's, I heard y'all say one. Then on main line, switch box 0 is still normal. I'm off 4 back 25 off note. South. Oh, light cells. Take the clear for 12. Well. Night Delta 507, get on it there.
And 779, clear signal Wellington, west on the main. K94, you got hot rail coming your way. Main track over.
4 star on it there.
Alright, understand K94. K94, conduct CT, hot rail on the main.
Great.
Yep, so there we are coming by Wellington, letting K94 know that we are coming his way, and K94 is letting his crew know that, or the engineers letting the conductor of CT know that they have hot rail coming, and we're coming by.
Any clear, 779.
Get on it there.
Hey, you just let them know that they are in the clear.
K94, understand ahead, coming G7, over.
1. Half call.
Half car.
There will be 595. 90,000 down, come on, Mike, everyone, a couple. There.
5, K9.
23. 15. 10. 5. Good, 3 step, 699, 3 dog, K95. 3 step, K95, 6990. 3.
3, K94.
K95, dog, drop 3 step, over. 3 step, K95.
7011, CT, you got 3 steps, K94.
7011, you got 3-step K94.
And 779, clear signal Gainesville, west on the main out.
K94, 779, they all look good, have a second.
Alright, appreciate the inspection. You all look good from what we saw as well, except for that number 4 light on the engineer side there.
Take your time, Scotcher, over.
I forgot about that. I had to think about that, except for the number more. Like, that's right, because when just a week prior, I was actually on 7011, and our number board light went out. I guess they didn't get it fixed. So I was letting know, except for that number board light on the engineer side. I think he knew exactly what we were talking about. So, yeah, I forgot about that portion. But yeah, so again, like I was explaining earlier on the 211, on the 779, we're doing what's called a robot inspection, right? So as we go by them, the K94, the engineer, whoever's on the locomotive, looks out for our train, and if he or she sees anything unusual with our train, he'll let us know, like, hey, I see sparks, or I smell something burning, or look like something dragging, or sounds like you got a stuck brake, etc. If there's a problem that he thinks that might interfere with our train, he'll let us know, and same thing for us. But he was switching, so we couldn't see much. So he had about a few cars on the siding track while he was working the industry called Martin Brower over by Wellington, Virginia. Wellington. Yeah, Wellington. So, yeah. So that's what a robot inspection is. So y'all look good with a marker. You have a safe trip. I told him up. You look up good from what we saw. So instead of telling me he's got the marker on, because his train is not coupled together. I mean, there was a marker on there. I couldn't see because it was on the engineer side when we were passing that night as well. So.
Acknowledgation, over.
Alright, call up for number 1.
Going to number 1, thank you.
K95, dispatch know that the next stop is Culpeper.
K95, departure path, altitude.
Oh, he's on the 6969.
Yeah, second. Alright, thank you. You have a good one, over. I think 94 up.
Yes, I think from this feed you'll be able to hear the 10.2 detector.
Hey, your time, K95, you got is headed out now, over.
Yes, ma'am, on the move, Southwest number 1.
Alright, on the move, thank you.
Got that, drop CT3, K94, 7011, 102.
And 779, clear signal 10.5 westbound.
Clear signal. What I say? Where are we? 10 out of 5.
Alright, stretching 1 foot, 94. K94, CT, you got 3, 7011.
Check, see how much data we have. Oh, we have 77. We have 77 gigabytes. We're good.
K94, dropping conductor 3, 7011. Right. I got this. K95, Mercy Mark, first dive south to
Base bathroom. I'll be right. No. Guess he had to work. Oh, and yes, this is my lovely apartment, by the way. This is the master bedroom, and back there is my closet. That's where my sink is as well, where my stand-up shower and toilet is. And we live in a beautiful apartment. My room is is one of the warmest rooms in the apartment. The living room's cold because it's just been so cold. How cold was it? My thermometer says 21 degrees. 21 degrees. Which that's probably wrong because it's up by the window where our heat is. So let's see what the temperature really is here in Lenexa. And while we do that, I'm going to give myself insulin. It is a whopping 12 degrees in Lenexa. It feels like 6 degrees. Welcome to northern Kansas. Well, not northern Kansas. We're like mid-Kansas. But welcome to Kansas. It's cold as tits out here. Tomorrow will be a little bit warmer. It'll be 37 degrees. It'll be 21. Be decent enough to work. What are the winds tomorrow? 5 to 10 mile an hour during the day. 5 to 10 mile an hour at night. So, should be alright. And then next week, starting on Saturday, we'll get right back into the 50s. Oh, Monday I'm seeing a 60. Perfect. Yeah, these are temperatures I can live with. Occasional rain Monday night. Well, I'm off Monday anyway, so. Alright, back to what we're doing.
Couple feet, door 2, K9.
Our third lung is activating.
Norfolk Southern, miles off, 10.2 miles defect.
K94, releasing all brakes, 102, K94.
Norfolk Southern, miles off, 10.2 miles defect.
Alright, and so we'll go ahead and end that one there, because that's where we won't be able to hear. So let's go to the North End District of the Rest of the B line here. That was about what, 12:03 a.m. So 04 technically. So oops, no, I want to do that. February 2nd or no 4th, right? 4th at 12:03. So we'll say 12:03. So what time do we get there? Say 12. Say here. This is just a beeline. So.
It's down to the 227. What's the lead engine over? 3628.
That's PM. Never mind. Oh, I screwed something up. Alright, so we'll have to skip all that. Sorry, that's not the beeline. It's the north end of Hagerstown. So, where we hit? Berryville, 153. We hit River Junction, 124. So we'll go 124 a.m. That's good. Minute 45.
Hagerstown, 202 over. 202, what's the length of your train that you're showing over? Alright, you have to be 228 along the way there. I'm not sure you'll see it oddly, so what I'm going to do is, just to be on the safe side, I'll just hold you at marsh run to meet them there over.
Third, it's supposed to be the 4th at. I was wrong one. 124, so about right here. There we go. I forgot. Oh, that's real. That's Rowan. Okay, everybody. I can say him. Everybody knows him. I forgot about that. Yep, that's when it scared the shit out of me at River to Junction. Oh man, yeah, because we had like 3 trains come behind us because we had to hold them up due to our we actually had to stop multiple times. So we had to stop first because of the our dragon equipment detector guys. Then once the train master came to help us, he gave us an inspection orange, and then he said he found another dragon hose that the next detectors didn't catch, so we stopped and we fixed it. So yeah, so I forgot about that. Yeah, I'll skim that back. Double check. That was a good night.
Norfolk Southern, milepost Milepost 45.0, no defects. Norfolk Southern, milepost 45.0, no defects.
NS 779, clear signal Bear. NS 779, clear signal Oslo North on the main out.
A very oddly signal.
Hagerstown 779. You don't happen to have orders up to 62, do you ever? Okay, I just put them in there for that for you. Hagerstown 779, over. We flipped some crews around. You guys are going to recruit at Murdo. Should be a crew waiting for you, over.
There's 204 behind us.
Hagerstown dispatcher, over.
2:30, we hit around Shepherdstown, so we'll go ahead. Cancel that fee. Shepherdstown. That's me. Alright, February 4th. I'll say about 2:02 to 2:30. So we got. Okay, so this is the night they try to make us go to ship. I remember this now. This is the night they try to make us go to ship, but none of us were qualified to go north of town, so we just tied it down at town. I remember discreetly the yard office when we were coming in, and he told us to, we're going to crew change at town. And I said, okay, we'll crew change at town. And then we were coming through Vardo about 30 mile an hour. That's the speed limit on the main track. He says, hey, he's like, stop at the tower when you can. And we all look at each other like, we're doing 30 mile an hour. We're coming right by you. So I remember that.
Hagerstown 779, over.
I think that's it.
Y'all figure it's a safe bet to make it up there to CP62 and tie down, over. Okay, alright, we'll plan on that then.
Yeah, CP62.
Hagerstown 779. You don't happen to have orders up to 62, do you ever? Okay, I just put them in there for that for you.
I'm really scratching it barely to myself.
Hagerstown 779, over. We flipped some crews around. You guys are going to recruit at Murdo. Should be a crew waiting for you, over.
There we go.
After top of Murdo, thank you.
NS 779, clear signal 14.4 north south.
Norfolk Southern, milepost 14.4, no defects. Norfolk Southern, milepost 14.4, no defects.
guys, that was me calling out a speed restriction. It's 5.8. I call Vardo, let me know. There's Vardo. There's H1.2, and that's the end of that. Welcome to CP Town. So that was pretty much it. I'm actually going to download these recordings. That's pretty funny, especially with that certain recording that I mentioned earlier. But yeah, that's the end of this video, guys. I want you guys to see my reaction to this. I want to see my reaction to it as well, and I want to kind of hear myself on the radio a bit. Again, just hearing yourself on the radio, you can learn a lot of lessons, learn how you talk, learn how you communicate, and learn the different verbiage of different railroads have. For example, Norfolk Southern, you use 3-step. For BNSF, you use going in between, red zone, and set and centered, all the other stuff. So it's very unique to be able to hear yourself like that. That's how I like when I watch videos of myself on YouTube. I learn about what I say on the radio, how I say it. How do I communicate? How do I pronounce stuff, like etc. And so that's what I learn, right? So I can hear if I hear myself, I can learn from myself as well, and learn from everything else as well. So until the next video, this is a very special episode I wanted to bring up. I think we've been recording for an hour and a half now, 2 hours. So sorry this video is long. I just thought it was very interesting, but yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you see, please leave a like. If you got any questions about anything we just went over, please leave a comment down below. And always, please subscribe to show your support for the channel, as more content will be coming up, and I'll be sure to be posting more videos. I got one that's actually being worked on right now. I got a new intro coming for Kansas as well, since I now live here. It's a brand new year, brand new intro, and I mean, I use the same music from last year, but at the same time, it's new clips, all from my rail fan experience here in Kansas. But that'll come here very soon. Until next time, this is Train Introductions. We'll see you next time. Deuces.